can dash across the map, mark targets, and then we do see on the side, we do see a lot of tank when it comes to the Galio, the Gragas, and the Hecarim. Comparatively, so we do have the Darius and the Skarner. They are not going to be able to out tank that Galio in terms of that CC. So late game, I'm gonna give it on the side of Howard. We can see Old Dominion actually win that late game fight depending on how they do build and structure it. It looks like we're going to see an invade on the side of Howard.
Yeah, looking to be that way. They're all grouping up near this red buff, but not spawning yet, obviously, and yeah, they don't find what they want and will back away. The Darius, as well as the Skarner, stay nice and far away, safe from the aggression. That's a lot of pings. I don't know why, but that's a lot of pings.
Yeah, so I can personally say for myself, as a top laner or any other lane, I personally like to ping constantly just to annoy my teammates. Because there's nothing going on, a lot of the times those pings are absolutely useless. But more than likely, they are pinging that ward coverage that was taken down on the side of Howard throughout their top side jungle.
All right, eyes on the Hecarim then, as the jungler here for Odie.
So I'm looking forward to seeing actually this mid matchup because it's gonna be another Galio that we saw in the last game. So I'm interested to see how that matchup. That Galio did fare well against that Echo, so I wonder how that Ari matchup is gonna go.
And Galio seems to be a very popular pick at the moment.
Galio's a real safe pick in that mid lane. He has the tank, he has the CC to get out, and he's a good overall roaming champion. So he's been a strong pick in the mid lane all season. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more Galios as we go on.
Yep. Could be the case. Gragas now going in on Darius. Doesn't hit with the barrel though, and now Darius is loving that trade. Meanwhile, though, in the mid lane, here's Hecarim. Ari, though, will be able to flash to safety. Will Gragas manage the same? Oh dear, the Darius brought so low, but so far. No casualties.
Yeah, we're going to see no summoner spells on the side of Darius. Looks like we're going to see... There's so much action going on the Rift right now.
Going on?
Oh, is that Bard going to go down that ignite? It's going to take him under 100 health. Okay, he's going to regen just a little bit. Oh, and we do see the flash coming on the Thresh.
Oh, here we go. Maybe, yes. There is the first blood for the Kai'Sa. The grab as well by the Thresh. Going in now, but is it a mistake? Tristana turns, but Thresh does... Oh, he does eventually fall. I thought he would just about survive that, but no. It's one.
That bomb was actually enlarged, so it's going to deal more AoE damage, and that damage is going to take down that Thresh. Now, that was so close to being a double kill on the side of Howard by that Kai'Sa, but we got the hardcore minion block. MVP props to that minion for saving Tristana's life, because if that W would have came out and hit that Tristana, she would have been dead just from that ability. So we're looking at an even 1-for-1 around the Rift. So this is aggression that we did not see in the side of the other game from both sides. We saw mostly one side on the side of Old Dominion, so I'm interested to see where this goes from here.
Absolutely. Things have stabilized somewhat. We had a really frantic minute or so there, but now things are calming down. The lanes are back to how they were. The focus, once again, on farm rather than kills. The Thresh, though, always, of course, with that hook, going to be looking for any openings. Meanwhile, the Ari, a little bit of chip damage mid. I mean, Ari and solo kills, I feel like they don't happen too often versus a Galio. And really, it's probably her that needs to be more fearful of the Hecarim.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that Hecarim. We still see that nice dash on from Hecarim to that Ari to get that flash to start the game. So I'm interested to see where that Hecarim's going to be roaming at to now, seeing that his ghost is going to be up in about 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And you were surprised that Hecarim got through the pick ban, really, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised because Hecarim's a really good, strong jungler pick. I'm actually surprised we didn't see the counter with a Nocturne, who also has that nice, good roaming speed. I will not say Skarner's not a slouch on moving around the rift as well. He does have those Skarner little buffs around the map. One that's going to be every on each blue side, each red side, and both sides of the river. So he's going to be able to move around if he does have that. It does have that tower, but looks like we're gonna see a fight of the junglers.
Yeah, just straight up gonna trade. Meanwhile, Darius and Gragas have a little bit of a scuffle, but in the bot lane, things are getting a little dicey. Ari now aggressing onto the Galio. The Skarner looks to join in as well. Bard's around. It's three heroes in the mid. Champions, sorry. And yeah, you can see the Galio a little bit scared of a dive there. Setting up nicely for this dragon. They've claimed all of that space. They've got all the vision they need up. They've denied the vision as well. And this should be their Drake. But Thresh is going to try and say something about that. Misses on the hook. Now charges in, misses the Skarner. Kai'Sa able to do the damage. Meanwhile, Darius being hit by the tower will go down top lane. Things looking pretty good for blue right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a big fight for this dragon. Dragon's already at 1,300. Red team does have the aggro.
Oh, the Thresh with the catch. Kai'Sa with the finish. And now moving in. The Galio slightly off the mark though. And here comes Ari. As well as the Tristana doing a lot of damage. The dragon going to go the way of blue though. As will that Tristana. She falls to the Galio. The Ari going to get away. But it is a costly trade for OD.
Yeah, there's a reason why Howard did win last week. We do see them secure the dragon. We do see them secure a couple of the kills. We do see a kill that is traded out. We see Gragas is now winning in the top lane. So we're looking at about 1.6k gold lead, but we do have that Mountain Drake, which is going to give them that extra tank that they need.
5-2, then a good start, a very good start for Howard, as you were saying. Very worthy victors a couple of weeks ago and looking to double up. This Gragas has been having a good time top in terms of kills, but actually almost 20 farm behind.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this late game is going to come on that side. Yeah, we do see Gragas 20 farm down. He does have that kill advantage. He is going to pop that ult, and Darius will just walk away.
Yeah, and it looked pretty casual for the Darius set. Didn't look to be in much trouble. So that is flash down. That is ult down as well. Gragas significantly less threatening now. So Darius is going to be able to come in and get all the farm that he likes.
See, I'm looking forward to see how we do see it's about even in the top lane, and we did see Gragas get that kill under tower. So I'm just wondering if we're gonna see another hard push on the side of Darius, maybe with Skarner interjecting and helping out.
Yep, and speak of the devil, and he shall appear. The Skarner close up top, not actually going for the top lane though. Meanwhile, Darius is going to go in anyway, and it's interesting. They're trading once again, but here's Hecarim. Darius will turn around for the execute, but it's not there. Oh, maybe it is just about. Once again, I am not good at predicting these little damage over time. Exactly what they're going to do. So it's going to be a trade. I'm surprised, honestly. I thought the Gragas should have lived that.
No, that 5 stack of Darius's passive absolutely hurts. It's going to take about 200 health down over that full time it's up. He did get hit with that ult too, so he was not going to survive that.
Thresh getting brought very low here, but the counter initiation looks good. Thresh will just about manage to escape. The Galio now a little bit in no man's land, and yeah, needs to get out. Meanwhile though, Hecarim onto the Trist. The Trist, oh, so close to taking down the Thresh, and she will, but pays for it with her life. 8-4, and this is turning into quite a brutal and bloody affair.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna see Flash come out from that Tristana. Tristana did hop over the wall to try to get away. Almost got away scot-free with killing that Thresh, but that Kaisa came over the wall as well. She did try to use that Flash to get out, but that Q, once it procs, it will still hit you no matter how far you're away from them.
Okay, Darius once again going in on the Gragas, and yeah, sent back with the ultimate.
Yeah, that was a big disengage on the side of Gragas. Gragas did not have his little keg up. We probably would be seeing a dead wine drinker in the top lane.
Looking at the farm, almost across the board, actually, we see a lead for OD. But they are trailing by 4 kills, so we can see a little bit of a difference in how they're prioritizing this game and how they're approaching it. Oh,
yeah, it looks
hard with the random flash.
Sometimes you probably just fat finger that flash. It happens to the best of us.
It even happens to me. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Sorry. While there's nothing going on right now, the question is, do you put D on Flash or F? Or D or F?
F. I used 5-button mouse too, but now I use a 3-button mouse. So, no,
It's
mouse.
always D.
Or 5. Yeah. Okay. Rampage for the Kai'Sa. 4-0. Looking strong, as is the Galio. Hecarim, as well as Suresh, sort of having quiet games on the stats, but huge on the assists. Yeah, Kai'Sa and Galio are going to be very scary indeed. They're going to try and blow up the Gragas, and well, they will. Thresh here coming to support, see what he can do. The Kai'Sa, though, doing so much damage, and here comes the Galio. The 2 danger men that I was talking about, and they're going to be pushing forward. 2 more for the Kai'Sa, and Hecarim goes in, looking to get this Gunner. Thresh will manage to get the hook, and now charging in. It's another kill for the Kai'Sa, though. A triple in total. 7, 0, and 3. She's going huge.
That Kaisa is absolutely giant right now. We're at 12 minutes in, a 7-0 Kaisa, Gale Force, so she's going to be able to track down targets with a low HP, and she just has a lot of damage right now. It looks like she's going to be building some lethality, so she's going to be able to shred through the Darius, shred through the Skarner, shred through the Bard, and it's going to be, they're going to need to keep CCing her out. They did do a great job CCing her out for the first part of that fight with her getting caught in that Skarner ult, but they didn't have enough damage on her once she got taken out of that ult, and they could not take her down. So she's going to be big.
Absolutely. They're going to need to find an answer sooner rather than later. The Ari in the bot lane, meanwhile. Bard and Trist in the mid. A little bit of a swap here, but the Kai'Sa. Oh, does she smell blood? I think she might.
Look at that! Look at that tick from that Darius. It's gonna be nothing that Gragas can do.
Big damage. Okay, Bard now coming in to wreck. This is with the hook dropping low already. The Kai'Sa surely gonna fall here, and she does. It's a fantastic combination, and that's 700 gold going to the Skarner.
That's a big shutdown on the side of Old Dominion. This is gonna be what they need to get back into this game. Shut down the Kai'Sa, get that shutdown going. It does get shared a little bit around everyone else in the bot lane, but Skarner's gonna get that giant proportion of that gold. So here's looking at what Skarner can do with that transition, but looks like they are gonna be going back in on the bot lane. Ooh, that's gonna be a big ult disengage.
Hecarim coming in with all of his horsey buddies. Bard almost making miracles happen here, but it's not going to be enough. We'll get taken down, and yeah, it's very back and forth. Couldn't be more different to our previous game.
Yeah, Bard sacrificed himself for the well-being of the Tristana. Keep that Tristana up, hopefully getting some more farm back without giving up too much gold. So that Bard did what support did. Kappa's ADC alive and just took the L for the team there by ulting.
The Mr. President move in action. You love to see it.
And it was a smart and actually selfless move to actually take that L for that Tristana.
Here's the Ari up against the Gragas. Opening combo does decent amount of damage and ooh, gets the kill actually, but here's Galio, here's Hecarim. It's a trade at the end of the day. And this Hecarim goes from strength to strength.
Yeah, the Gragas is not doing anything when it comes to damage currently right now. He is literally getting picked off every single time he does hit to that top lane, whether it's Darius or ganking Ari or Skarner. So it's interesting to see how Gragas may possibly be bouncing back later in the game, but the rest of his team's actually doing quite all right. Even that Thresh, that I'm not a big fan of that pick, is still creating plays and space for the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, the only thing I will say though is like the Bard is a less valuable kill there than the Ari, so it's actually a pretty decent trade. Even just using him as bait, you know, is maybe beneficial to them. We'll have to see, of course, could become a liability in the end game. Meanwhile, though, Darius in the mid lane, shut down by the Galio. And a pretty clean disengagement after.
Yeah, you do have to look on the side of Howard. That was just an excellent fight and engage on their part to take down that Darius, get that space, because we do see Dragon is going to be coming up in about less than a minute. So you do need to create that vision and space for it, because right now we're looking at 2 dragons on the side of Howard. So this dragon is going to be pertinent for Old Dominion to take. So look for them to try to make moves to secure that vision down there. And we might also possibly see that Rift Herald come out and trade for that dragon.
Will be the case. 2 dragons already on the side of Howard.
Oh, this is going to be a big engage here.
Ooh, Galio up front. Big stun coming out from the Ari. Now the charm as well, and she gets away. Decent damage to start. Hecarim, though, feels like he can do something here. Dashes in. I think past 3 even, and huge damage coming out all over the shop. Galio's dropping low, though, surely going to fall. Gets off 1 last stun, but this Tristana continues to gun them down. But the Hecarim and the Bard still very healthy. The Kai'Sa's here as well now, and you can see that Bard, scared, has to walk away.
So Darius should have definitely have been killed in that fight, but we see how that Q is absolutely ridiculous when it comes to getting that health back. He did hit all 5 members of Howard to regain so much health to keep him alive in that fight. And we do see another dragon going over the side of Howard, so they only need 1 more for Soul right here. And we're looking at about a 22 to 23 minute Soul on the side of Howard, unless Old Dominion can stop them from taking this dragon. So we're looking at not even a gold lead anymore for Howard, but they do have the objective lead with the 3 dragons and 1 tower compared to the 2 towers on the side of Old Dominion. So we're at just about even here. So it's interesting to see how this game does shift in the next 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to see Baron come up in about a minute and a half. They still have time to actually take that Rift Herald before Baron comes up. So they all are positioned for it, and it doesn't look like they're actually going to take that Rift Herald in the top lane.
No, backing away from it now. Bit of dewarding going on in the bottom lane.
So we are going to see Baron is actually just going to come up in the next minute or so, unless Old Dominion tries to grind down that Rift Herald in the next 30-ish seconds.
Yeah, try and go back to back. I mean, it could be a huge play, and you were saying they are currently at a deficit in terms of the objectives. This would do some wonders for them. World of good. They're going to be taking it down pretty quickly. Skarner will pick up the eye, and they'll probably deploy it here in the top lane.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to come on the top lane, so it looks like we might possibly see a rotation on the side of Howard into the top lane, but actually it looks like they are going to back off and not drop that Herald down there. They might be looking up to set up something mid right now.
Yeah, maybe using it and then letting that buy them some space to get to this first Baron.
Yeah, that's also a possibility, but it looks like we're going to see the Skarner is going to go back with the Rift Herald. So we're going to see probably be about 30 seconds out before that Rift Herald may be coming down in a lane. So we are going to see the Dragon's going to be up in 2 minutes. Baron is up in about 10 seconds. So we could possibly see a fight over there in the Baron pit for that Baron. But looks like we don't have a lot of ward coverage on the side of Howard. And we do see a lot of coverage inside of Old Dominion. So Old Dominion is going to be able to see when possibly Howard could go for that Baron, or if we're gonna just sit there with stagnated lanes, farm up just a little bit.
Oh, Harry gonna fall. Kaiser coming back into this mid lane, surely gonna go down.
And it's another case of commentator's curse. As I say, we're gonna farm up. We just see a bunch of picks come through with that Tristana just getting absolutely decimated, and it looks like we are gonna see a Baron now on the side of Howard.
Right, Baron here. Almost immediately after, there's going to be another dragon. This feels like it could almost be checkmate. I mean, the lead isn't there in terms of the gold, really. It's a small one. But how can they stop this Baron? How can they stop the soul that comes after it?
Okay, it looks like they are just going to get vision on that Baron, and it looks like we may be seeing another team fight here.
Feels very ambitious, though. I think the Skarner going to get dropped almost immediately. The Kaiser's on another killing spree, and look at the confidence that gives him to take this objective.
Yeah, this is going to be a Baron on the side of Howard. We could possibly see a steal here from that Tristana, who could, if she does get there in time, but I don't think she will. Ooh, and the Darius does get taken down the Thresh.
Okay, it's interesting. Galio's going to fall as well. It's a big play from the Darius, and now moving and cuts the Kaiser down. It's Ari that gets the finishing blow, and that's 4 good kills. What can they do with it?
So that's going to be absolutely a negative Baron power play for the side of Howard. They lose 4. We only have 1 Baron on the side of Howard, and we see a bunch of that gold is going to come over to that Darius, who's just absolutely massive. That Q regained so much health for him. He was able to ult through the entire team. So it's interesting to see. Now we're going to see on the side of Old Dominion, we're actually going to see them still be about even on gold, and they still do have that Rift Herald, which has about 45 seconds before it expires. So they are going to need to drop it now. And then now it's look like we're going to definitely need to see a setup on the side of Old Dominion on to that dragon, just to prevent Howard from completing that dragon soul to get them that extra damage from that dragon.
It's a cagey affair at this point. 0.3k lead, all there is for Howard. And it's kind of amazing that we're 23 minutes in and it's this close. Rift Herald in the bot isn't going to be able to take down the tower. Oh, Hecarim comes in. Is it the steal? It is! Huge play. He's surely not going to get out. Surely. There we go. Shut down from the Trist, but a worthwhile play, right? For sure.
I'm just gonna say, in League we do have a saying, if it's worth or not, and that in that case that was 100% worth. A life for Dragon Soul. We do see another kill coming out onto that Thresh who was just out of position, but we do see that Infernal Soul coming out on the side of Howard. So that's gonna be a lot of extra damage they're gonna see coming down from that Kai'Sa onto their opposing team. Now we're looking at Elder Dragon coming up at about 28 minutes. We're going to see Baron coming up in about 26 minutes. So it's going to be a war of attrition for objectives. On the side of Howard, they're going to definitely need to pick up that Elder Dragon because they are able to get Old Dominion very low, especially that Darius, who's just able to regain a lot of that health from his Q. And that dragon, no matter if you regain that health, that dragon will execute you once you hit that threshold, no matter what. So we're looking to see how they are able to actually, they're going to actually be able to get that Elder Dragon.
All right. Soul in their possession. Kai'Sa could be finding the Skarner up top. Thresh and Hecarim are coming to help. Sorrowful's bot. This Darius is huge at level 14. Just in command.
He's tied for the highest level in the game with the Hecarim on the side of Howard. He is going to have a lot of that damage that they're going to need to get back if Old Dominion wants to get back into this game. It looks like we are going to possibly see a 4v4 in the top lane. We're going to see that snare come down, that ult from Bard.
is a bit messy up here. It is the Thresh to fall, and now the Darius. Yes, a kill onto the Kai'Sa, the Galio. Now isolated, brought down as well. The Gragas can do very little, and that is going to be 4 for nothing. A huge swing.
Even though they do have that Infernal Soul on the side of Howard, they just did not have enough damage. That Darius was absolutely pivotal in that team fight. He was able to pull people back. The Skarner was able to pull that Kai'Sa back in. The ult from the Darius, the damage from Tristana. This is not looking good for Howard, even though they do have a bunch of objectives. Right now, it looks like Old Dominion is going to have the slaying power to absolutely win those team fights. That team fight was a 4v4, and that Ahri did come up at the end, and it's interesting to see that the only person to survive was that Hecarim. He getting up the way. He is one of the strongest members on the side of Howard right now. And they're going to need to take the advantage of that and get picks, because they're not going to be able to straight up team fight anymore.
Yeah, the Kai'Sa and the Heck are big, but everybody else just feels a little bit lackluster right now, especially the Gragas, I think, and the Thresh has been caught out of position just once too many times. I feel like we're getting more utility out of the Bard on the other side. We're getting more utility out of the Ahri on the other side as well. We'll have to see that, because, I mean, this Kai'Sa at 10 and 3 is still absolutely huge. And if they can find the right initiation, if they can get the right CC, she is going to be able to wipe the other team pretty quick.
Yeah, and let's look over there on the top lane side. We do, top river side. We do see Baron is going to be up in about a minute or so. So we're going to see that transition, getting that vision, and we are possibly going to see another Baron fight here. Now, if Old Dominion is able to secure that Baron, we might be seeing them pushing down that mid and getting that victory in short fashion. But looks like we're going to see a team fight here on the side that engage.
Hecarim goes in on the Trist. It's pretty all in though. Kai'Sa will follow up though, and that's an easy kill. Same goes for the Baron. And now Ahri looks a little lost.
No, that's going to be a 2-for-0 on the side of Howard. And that's going to basically secure them that Baron in that top river side. We do see not a lot of vision over there inside of that pit on the side of Old Dominion. It looks like Howard is going to be able to secure that Baron in short time. And we only got about a minute and a half towards we're going to see that Elder Dragon come down. So we got to see how they do on this Baron power play.
Yeah, and it should be good for them. Very fortuitous timing to get those 2 picks. And, you know, we were talking about it. The Hecarim and the Kai'Sa. So dangerous right now. And you could see there why. The Hecarim dived in so far. I didn't expect them to get a kill out of it, but the Kai'Sa, with her mobility, is able to follow up. And
yeah,
just
beautiful.
If
that Kai'Sa lands anything onto that Tristana, she's going to be able to dash in and actually get that extra damage and that extra shield to protect her from any of that burst that Tristana has. And that's what Hecarim is there for. Hecarim is there to get in, get all the way in the back lines, no matter how far they flash or go. Because Hecarim's his gallop, if they flash, he can still come and still hit them if he's still chasing.
All right. Grouping up towards the bot lane now. Elder Dragon coming up.
And yeah, like I said, this Elder Dragon is going to be pivotal in this fight. The team that get this Elder Dragon, they are going to have that advantage, that execution. So if we do see teams get very low, less than 10% health, we are going to see that Dragon puff that flame. And on top of that extra boost, if the Howard does get it from their Infernal Drake, they're going to just have tons of damage, just like how Trinity Force does says, tons of damage, tons of fun. But it looks like we are going to see them debate the push in the mid lane.
Oh, the Hecarim is in though, and the damage from the Kai'Sa. The quickest double you've seen all day. Make it a triple. Make it a quadra kill. Can we get the penta? There it is. All for the Kai'Sa, and surely the game is done.
Penta for the Kai'Sa. They're just going to mow down all the towers here. They're not going to need Elder. We are looking at Howard. This is why they won last pop-up. They're able to get the damage they need, secure those team fights when they need to, and they're going to take this game.
There we have it. Howard, in what was a very mixed up game. We saw swings each side. In the end, it's a couple of crucial picks. It's a Baron, and then it's this beautiful. We saw Odie looking towards the dragon.